Hey Seth, shut up! We're starting the podcast, okay? Can you shut up for 2 seconds, please?
Alright.
Goodness gracious.
I'm shut it up. I got a mouthful of ice cream.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah,
Can
if
you
you
stop
wanna
touching my toes,
If you want
please?
to check out the ice cream, go peep the picture on Instagram.
Pick the picture on Instagram.
And you can see not live, but you can see exactly what ice cream we're eating.
Oh my gosh, I got some cookie two-step from Bluebell. Just kidding. I got vanilla with some magic shell.
Uh-huh.
Ugh. I also farted.
Thank you for that.
So how is it?
You know what?
It's like
Chef Seth?
Mighty fine, huh?
it's like
Phenomenal.
I'm telling you, you don't get this fat from just...
I'm telling you, it's like a dip cone, but like way better than a dip cone.
Yeah, and y'all were trying to argue with me like, oh, Seth, let's go get a dip cone. I'm like, it's not the same. It's not
No,
the
in
same.
case you're saying.
Does it? How is
Yeah,
it?
it is.
How is it better than a dip cone, then?
I just want to know the science behind it.
No, you're saying it's better than a dip cone.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not. It tastes
It
the
comes out of
You
the
just said it
tube.
was- you just said
It
was
comes
better.
out of the
No.
tube
Oh.
as a liquid and then hardens to a solid.
Yeah, that is some crazy stuff.
I want to know
It
if
freezes.
is it because of ice cream or is it just a chemical reaction with the air?
Well, no. Because you
There's
could,
air in the thing.
yeah.
Farm. You got me there, dude.
It's the ice cream. For sure, it's the coldness. It's like when you put water on top of ice real slowly and a certain atmospheric pressure, it'll freeze on top of each other.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Chemist.
Okay. Well, I did get an 81 on my chem
Oh my
test.
gosh.
Anyways, welcome to the
You know,
farm
like,
room.
you really could like miss that question, like actually just been like, hey, you know, I thought this was the right answer.
Well, no, because we can get into it, but long story short, I proved the teacher wrong and got 3 points back. So, anyway, let's talk about some sports here. We're going to do best performance, we're going to do best performance, worst performance first, and then we're going to do some predictions on next week because, oh boy.
Can we talk about some NFL as well?
Oh no, we always talk NFL. Where have you been?
I don't know. Not here the last 4 weeks.
The last 4 weeks.
Can we talk about some MLB as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. If you've been keeping up with it,
No, I just watched the game. The last game.
keeping up
World
with it.
Series.
Yeah.
Go Yanks.
Yep.
Oh,
You
yeah.
mean Red Sox?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, same thing.
No, not.
No.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No.
Alright, anyways.
Anyway, best performance. We're gonna get this out of the way here. Best performance in college goes to. You have no idea.
You started off again.
Alright, well, I can tell you who the worst performance is. Worst performance goes to Texas
That's who I was going to say.
because, and you look back,
I knew they were going to lose. I
Because-
called it.
because here's the thing. Look back 2 episodes ago when I was talking about how Texas isn't back. I said, and I walked us through the schedule. I walked us through their schedule, and I said, look, they're not back because they haven't played anyone important. And they're going to continue to play nobody important. And even with that crappy schedule, they still lose. So
They
no,
shouldn't be ranked.
Texas
They've
is
lost
not back.
twice to 2 unranked teams.
Yeah,
They should not be ranked.
no, and they've almost lost to some unranked teams.
Baylor.
Yeah, they almost
6
lost.
points?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no. So no, they shouldn't have even been a top 10
But
in the top 10
can
conversation.
I go on with what I think about Texas?
No.
So Texas is a brand. That's all it is. UT is a brand. College football, everything.
I think it's a college, like, university.
You're right, but it's also a brand.
I'm
Everybody wants them to do well. Everybody for college football that does the AP polls and everything, they want Texas to do well.
Why?
They kept up-ranking it because that's more money.
More money.
Yes, Texas is a brand. You realize how hard they were...
It's a college, dude. I think it's a college.
Dude, no, but I'm for real. You know how the people who the
Hold on,
committee
be for real.
the committee who is in charge of the college football playoff, they were hoping so bad that Texas would be in that.
Yeah, they wanted him to be back.
Yes,
And I told everyone, no, they're not back.
they're not.
Look at
But-
their volume.
That's why, because it's all about money.
Yeah.
Texas brings in so much money. That logo is a brand. I get it. Yes, it's a college, but it's also a brand. It's a moneymaker. And the committee has been wanting Texas to be in the playoffs since they started it in 2014, and they thought this was the year, so they kept trying to up-rank them. They got all the way up to what, 6?
Yeah,
And they hadn't played anybody.
Oklahoma.
Okay,
And you lose
that's
to
a
Oklahoma.
fluke. That was
State.
a fluke. That
You
was
lose to
a fluke.
Oklahoma State? Are you kidding?
That was a fluke.
The 1 week
It was a fluke.
that Kyler Murray takes off, they lose.
Kyler Murray wasn't playing that game?
No, he was playing, but he wasn't playing.
Oh, okay, that's a shame.
I mean, don't know. Texas is not back. Look back. I mean, the whole point in me saying that is look back, and I predicted it. So, get at me.
I agree with you.
So Texas' worst performance.
Best performance,
Best performance. Well, we can't say Alabama.
Mississippi State.
No, I.
What
we
about
gotta give it to
Georgia?
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah.
Georgia's got to take it, and that's just based on who they played and how handedly they beat Florida. Dan Mullen.
That was a good game.
Dan Mullen.
Very close at the beginning.
Oh yeah, I mean it was back and forth.
I thought it was phenomenal.
Dan Mullen.
Okay.
Georgia and Florida.
Florida's a really good
is
team.
an East conversation, and this was an important game because it means
So good.
going into this week is basically going to be the top two in the East. So we see that Kentucky won, so they're in the top two conversation in the East, and then this game was in the conversation for top two in the East. So obviously Georgia has solidified their top two spot, and based on the schedule, Kentucky's number 2. So when Georgia goes and plays Kentucky next week for the East Championship, both teams will have a lot of momentum going into that game. And given the way that Florida's been playing this whole year, I think it spoke volumes that Georgia was able to come back after a slow week last, or I guess that would be 2 weeks ago, and double Florida's points. It speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes.
They started off, it was a very good game, but then they just took it and ran.
Yeah, I mean, Fromm, he was slow.
Mm-hmm.
Came back in the second half and, dominated. Did his thing. Who's the, what's the quarterback of Florida's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. The dude that has the goofiest goatee.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell you.
I can't tell you either.
I'm going to hate myself. Oh, a couple weeks ago I said that there was a receiver from from Auburn. His name was Seth Williams. He's actually a Florida receiver. So Seth Williams,
Yeah.
shout out Florida University. Do you want to say something?
No, I'm just going on with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's best performance, worst performance in college. I don't really care about player.
Tua Tagovailoa.
He didn't play.
That was a joke.
Yeah, he was on a bye.
He was on a bye.
And take note that Alabama and LSU both had a bye week this week, so they're both going to be healthy. And Alabama needed it because they're hurt. They're banged up a little bit.
How come?
Tua's got a sprained knee. It's been messing with him a couple games. His stats don't show it, but you can tell. He took a bad
His stats
slide.
don't show it.
Yeah, it's hard to really gauge his stats because he hasn't even finished a whole game. And
Hey, I wasn't done. I was going to get more.
there's some DBs that are hurt too.
I have Hershey's syrup.
You do?
It's not magic syrup, but it's Hershey syrup. Yeah. It's not, it's like a Lambo or, like some
Honda
candy.
Civic.
Yeah.
All right, NFL. You
All right,
want to-
Houston Texans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Houston Texans, 5-3. leading their division after starting 0-3, 5-game win streak.
They're doing good.
Phenomenal.
I tell you what, though, they can't keep doing that for long.
No, you're right.
Their O-lines, like
O-line looked alright.
Watson's gonna get so banged up after a while, dude.
No, they did well, and Watson has done.
He's taken the most hits this season as a quarterback than any other quarterback in the country.
You're right, but the last 2 weeks, you know how many times he's been sacked the last 2 weeks? 1. Against the Jacksonville Jaguar, you know
he's been hit.
No, but I'm talking about sacks.
You can get laid out and throw the ball out of bounds.
No, I agree. But, they're called Saxonville. You want to know how many they got against the Houston Texans? 0.
Jacksonville's been eating it.
You're right.
They've been pooping. I actually benched them this week. But in Baltimore's defense, -4 points. So, we're going
to talk fantasy football. I picked up the Redskins defense in all my fantasy leagues. 17 points. One league, they got 20 points.
How did you know to do that?
Because they're playing against the Giants.
Oh. That'll do it. I've been keeping up with the Giants every week since we started the season. And I'm rooting for them because I really like Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
And Odell is entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he had a nice one-handed catch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so did DeAndre Hopkins, who, I hope you agree with me, the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, so me and Nico had a conversation before we even were talking about Watson and Hopkins in any other podcast, but because I said that Julio was the best receiver transcendently, and you always like, no, it's D-Hop, it's D-Hop, it's D-Hop. So then I'm watching the game and I see. Do you have an opinion on this stuff?
Yeah.
Who do you think is the best receiver?
Look at the yards. Like, if we're talking, like, straight up yards.
Okay, so give me a name.
Julio. Julio has like, the past, like, 3 seasons, Julio's been,
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true.
Fact check it right now.
Fact check. While you're fact checking, when I watched that play, who'd they play Thursday? Who'd they play Thursday? Who'd the Texans play Thursday? Nico.
The Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins. When I saw that catch, I was like, this is an unimaginable amount of skill.
No, he is a great receiver. He's a mix between, like, OBJ and Julio, but...
What? But no, he's not.
Different game.
But no, he's not. And here's why. And here's why it's not true at all. Number one, he's had no quarterbacks.
That's true.
It doesn't matter the quarterback with him. You have Deshaun Watson, a great quarterback. You have you have just quarterback in and out.
Last year, Antonio Brown led it in yards, then Julio, then Keenan Allen, then DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, well, the year before that?
T.Y. Hilton, Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, DeAndre Hopkins is not on the list. He's not in the top 10.
So Julio's the year before that.
Okay, but can I ask you who's his quarterback?
No, but I'm saying it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Any quarterback you have, you see Watson Hopkins making those kind of plays.
He's quarterback proof.
Yeah, he really is quarterback proof.
Case Keenum.
And the difference between, and I guess Julio, you can say the same thing for him, but he's quiet. He doesn't make noise like Odell or Stephon Diggs or T.Y. Hilton or Tyreek Hill. You can't say the same thing about those guys. They're quiet dudes. Mm-hmm. They're quiet guys.
Yeah, D-Hop. Tyreek Hill.
Oh.
How tall is Tyreek Hill?
He's like 5'11", dude. 5'10".
I think he's like 5'9".
We'll fact check it. Fact check right now.
Because that dude looks tiny.
He's 5'10", 185 pounds.
Yeah.
He's born on March 1st, 1994 in Lauderhill, Florida.
What's his blood type?
He's a goofy looking dude.
Positive.
What's his feet size?
His feet size?
13.
Shoe size? His feet size. Travis Kelce's 6'6".
Alright, so back on the topic.
Antonio Brown's 5'10".
Alright, back on the topic. Okay, back on the topic.
I'm taller than AB.
Guys,
I thought AB
can we
was
get back to what we were talking about? DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I think after watching that catch and looking over the whole arguments on both sides, there's enough evidence to say that D-Hop is the best receiver.
I don't know about Julio Jones.
In the league right now.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know about Julio Jones, Odell Beckham Jr.,